Hi, I'm Attorney Lewis Haskell from the Law Office of Lewis S. Haskell at 16 Pine Street in Lowell. Today is April 16, 2020. This was a day that I had been looking forward to very much, 2 months ago, because today would have been the first day after tax season. My calendar, in fact, says I'm not even here because I'd marked it 2 months ago that I marked it that I'd be coming in very late, but um, but this is usually a time when we sleep late, we tie up loose ends around the office, and frankly plan a vacation, which would be much needed because we work 7 days a week during tax season, and by April 16, I'm usually pretty tired. And truth be told, I did sleep late today. Truth be told, I have been tying up loose ends around the office. Um, However, planning to go somewhere is off the table. I will be around for a while. It's funny, 2 months ago, I was actually planning to go to Florida and visit my mother after tax season. And of course, that's probably the worst thing I could possibly do right now, right? One of the things that's enabled me to work through all of this is I am the oldest person in my house. So then I am therefore the most at-risk person in my house because we're blessed not to have any high risk people. But in any event, the tax filing deadline, of course, has been pushed to July 15. Uh, we are open 7 days a week during tax season. I am not promising to be open 7 days a week between now and July 15. I have, in fact, been here 7 days a week till now. But I will say this, as long as we are in lockdown, um, I will probably be here every weekend just because, well, what else am I going to do? I can sit around the house with my family, or I can sit around the office with my family because we all work here. And okay, my daughter, who is also my photographer, is making faces. Some of us come here and punch a clock. In any event, you know, but I'm not going to be promising to be here in the morning. In fact, I can pretty much promise not to be on the weekends. I kind of look forward to sleeping in. I'm not a morning person to begin with. Um, at some point, I should probably start exercising, um, and and maybe trying to spend some time with my family. That's not at the office, um, although it won't be in too many other places either because everything is closed. So what I'd say is kind of reach out and try to find out, when I will be around. But weekend afternoons are pretty secure, and in late morning perhaps. But for the near future, we're also not going to be doing direct meetings anyway. So as long as you can get into the building, you can leave documents in my brand new state-of-the-art low-tech secure portal. We cut a mail slot into the front door. And of course, you can always email us at office@attorneyhaskell.com to ask us to set up for you a secure link so that you can send us documents safely and privately. This is not, this is not a Hotmail box or a Gmail box or something like that. This is my vendor for email, my vendor for document share, my vendor for so many things that we do now in terms of communicating with clients virtually. Is a HIPAA certified vendor. So this is if I were a medical doctor, I could email you your medical records over office@attorneyhaskell.com, and my licensing board would not get mad at me. Since their standards are tougher than even than our standards in terms of at least the amount of regulation for patient privacy versus client privacy. I figure if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for me. In fact, I'll tell you something funny. I Facebook way more than I should, but in my defense, most of my Facebook time is spent in lawyer groups. and one of the groups was having a discussion about video conferencing, and the consensus was that Zoom is the gold standard for video conferencing, and I just face palmed because Zoom has so many security issues, and I do use Zoom. In fact, I'm having a Zoom conference this afternoon, um, but I want to call it the gold standard, and in fact, we are tightening our video conferencing vendor as well. So, what am I trying to say? Oh yes, we're talking about taxes in the this period, April 16 to July 15. Now here's the good news. In this office, we do taxes all year round anyway. You know, we're always open. The software is always on the computers, and there's probably not a month of the year that somebody doesn't walk in to do taxes. So we're set up between April 15 and July 15 anyway. We are going to be treating it, you know, like tax season, more or less. I will have some weekend availability, probably a lot of it, because you know something, I work nights and weekends anyway. You know, I am a lawyer. We lawyers did invent paperwork, and I do a lot of it, and I don't get it done when clients are in here. So I come in nights and weekends, or stay here at nights and come here on weekends to do my paperwork, and I will be doing taxes as well. In fact, one of my assistants asked me today if she'll be allowed to come in during the weekend, because she likes working weekends, as it turns out. Who knew? And we will work that out as well. So in any event, while tax season is kind of in this gray area right now, understand that number one, we are here. We're here mostly virtually, but we are here. We are doing taxes. We'll be doing taxes to July 15. And although we're not going to be having regular posted special tax season hours, we will certainly have evening and weekend availability as needed. So I look forward to working with so many of you on this who haven't done taxes yet. And until I do get that opportunity, I ask that you stay healthy and stay safe, and I look forward to serving you.